Right. But what is it that you need? Just double check here in case I got it all wrong. Do you need structural? Do you need nutrition, energetic, emotional? Do you need acupuncture? Just emotional. So we're gonna work on the emotional. What is your present level of ego soul integration? Are you above 30, 40, 50, 50 point? Ooh, dead on 50. So you're dead on 50. That's nice, isn't it? Love. So you're at 50%. And are you ready and willing to go higher? You are up to 51, 52, 53, 54, 53.5, 6, 7, 53.7, 53.7. What is holding you back from going up to 53.7? Is this above? No. Past life. We're going into a past life.
Okay.
So it's because it's below 2%. So we're going into a past life. Okay. How far back in time are we going? Are we going more than 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100, 1,500, 16, 17, 1,700, 1,750, 60, 70, 80, 1,790. It's about 1,790 years we're going back.
Right, okay.
Which part of the world? Is this in the Americas, Europe, Africa? Is this North Africa, Middle Africa, South Africa? All the way to the tip, no. Are we talking Botswana, further up, below Congo? I don't really know the African countries. Let me just bring it up. Is it as high as Mozambique? Is it no? It's to the left. Zimbabwe, Botswana, Nambia. Is the Nambia? Are we talking North Nambia? In the middle of Nambia. Okay. So we're going back 1,700 years. Are you a man, a woman? Are you a child? You're a woman. So for this period, how old are you? Are you above 20, 30? So you're above 25, 20. So you're 25 years old. So you're 25 years old and you're a woman. And are your parents alive there? Are you married? Well, sort of. It's not married, but you are.
Ritual.
What?
Be like a ritual for the wedding.
Well, yes. I mean, you are betrothed, whatever that meant at the time. Yeah. You're bonded.
Yes.
So you're bonded with a man. Do you have children? No. I'll just say married because it's so much easier. That's not the right word. Are you recently married? No. You've been married for a few years. What? 3, 4, about 5 years. So you've been together for about 5 years, and you're in this village, and your parents are alive, and you have no. Do you have children? No. You have no children. You have no children. You're not happy. Okay, so you're at this point you're unhappy. Usually, when Charlie takes me to a point, it's because you're going to die soon.
Okay.
You're going to die soon. Are you going to die what? Within the week? Within the month? Within 3 weeks, you're going to die from this point that we're looking at the moment. Um, are you happy? Are you happy in yourself? You're not happy. You're happy with your husband. You're not happy with your husband. You're happy with your parents. You're not happy with your husband. He is brutal to you. He is unkind. He doesn't treat you well. There's more than that. He's a bad hunter. He's a bad hunter. Your parents are suffering because they rely on him for food. So all of you are relying on him. And it's not very good. He's not disabled in any way. He's just not very good. So he wasn't trained wrongly, so he had a reasonable upbringing. He's a dreamer.
Okay.
So he's a dreamer. So he's not. His mind's not on the job.
Right. Okay.
But you're all suffering. Okay. He lacks ambition. You are ambitious. You're ambitious within the village. You know, women can only rise through the man. And he's not a good hunter. He's a dreamer. So his position within the tribe is not that good, which means that she herself is suffering. So, so she's angry with him. She made the wrong choice. She feels she chose the wrong guy. She's an ambitious.
But I've only got 3 weeks to live. So
something's going to happen in 3 weeks. But I'm just setting who she is.
Yes.
So she's not a particularly nice woman in herself.
Okay. Right.
Because she's twisted. She's twisted by her ambitions.
Right.
Her desires and her blame. She blames him for where she is. She made a choice in choosing him in the first place, but it was the wrong choice from the point of view of her mind, from the point of view of her desires. She didn't know that at the time. And so she's thwarted. And it's eating her up inside. The negativity in her is eating her up, it's twisting her. Okay, so that's who she is. So we'll move forward in time a couple of weeks. Oh. It's the husband that kills her.
Okay. So during these few years, she hasn't been keeping it to herself. Her negativity, she's been putting him down. She's been nagging, prodding. And they're becoming more and more strange from each other. And he's begun to hate her. Okay.
So that wasn't true for quite a few years, but eventually it's come on him, and he's begun to
become more and more angry with her inside. So the negativity sort of gone both ways. And it's reached the climax. And in those days, the woman didn't have any power, not just physically, but within the structure of the village. Apart from whatever came from the warrior to her, from the partner to her. So they've gone out into the forest, the jungle, and she started bickering, just couldn't help herself. He tried to catch something, and he missed. And she started to bicker, like, good enough, you never seem to, whatever, it's just blubbering. But this time he's taking it out on her. He's responded. He's now venting his frustrations on her. He grabs her by the throat, and she just keeps bickering. She doesn't stop. She's relentless. And his frustration, and it just begins to throttle her. Shut up. Basically, just shut up.
Okay.
And it gradually dawns on her that he's not going to let go, and her anger turns to fear. And she's totally powerless in his hands. And he's blood crazed. I mean, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep going. So I just want to pause at that moment. So this is the event. This is what happens. And I want you to identify with her need to be somebody, which I think is rather weird because, we know about this already in your present lifetime. Yeah. That desire to really make it in the world, which you had when you were younger. But I want you to, but I want you to go back in time.
Okay.
Be this woman and somehow experience her frustration that she wants to be somebody, except she's thwarted because she can only be somebody through him.
Right, yeah.
So she's thwarted in this. And gradually she gets angry inside. Just be her. Just go back and be her. This gradually twisted, angry woman who wants to achieve something in this life, except she can't unless she does it through him. And so she cajoles, she prods, she pushes him to be something better than he is. But the more she pushes, the more he now begins to become, what's the word? Anyway.
Yeah, he's experiencing that.
He's experiencing that. He's thwarting her. He wants to thwart her.
Yeah.
So he's now deliberately becoming less than he could be, because he can't stand her prodding, her pushing, her telling him off, etc.
Yeah.
So he's holding back. And the more he holds back, the worse she's becoming. And this is building. What is it like to be like that? I cannot conceive it myself, to be honest. But see if you can. What might it be like to be this woman who is so frustrated, so angry with him, because there's absolutely nothing she can do about it. She needs him to be different. And she doesn't know how to motivate him. Can you connect with that?
Yeah.
Connect with the tension of that in your body. Like really, that frustration, connect with the frustration. You want to be so much better than you are in a sort of societal sense. And the only way you can do it is holding you back. It's like a wall. And you rile against this wall. And you feel that frustration, you experience that frustration inside you, and you tense up with it. And he's to blame. Blame him. Really blame him for why you are held back. He's thwarting you. And you experience that tension inside you. And you're trapped. You're totally trapped. Okay. Now I want you to move forward in time 3 weeks. And we're now in the jungle. And his chest thrown his javelin at this
Spear.
animal, spear,
Okay.
and he's missed. So you're her. He's just missed, and you can't believe this. And you rip into him. All this anger, all this frustration, it just blurted into him. You just blurt it out. And now he turns towards you. He is ashamed because he's missed. And now he's hearing you blurting to him like that. So he takes it out on you. Fuck's sake, shut up. And he throttles you by the throat. He grabs you by the throat. He starts throttling you. Takes you into the ground. And he starts to push. And he's ranting. His eyes are gone manic. He's raving. He can't take it anymore. And you won't shut up.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you don't believe. You're so lost in your own rage that you don't believe he's going to do anything, except he keeps going. And now, fear dawns in your eyes. Suddenly you realize you've gone too far. And it's not going to stop. Now you're afraid. And he's throttling you. And you're gasping. And you are confused. Now you're totally confused because you don't understand. You don't understand death. You don't understand what's happening. You've lost all connection with the world. Everything that you thought was true was in your head. And now the reality of what's happening hits you and you're lost. And the life is ebbing from you. Okay. Now I want you to go there. Just imagine yourself go there. You can see the scene. You can see the two of them. And I want you to be there by her side. And I want you to hold her hand. And what I want you to do is that with your present understanding, I want you to connect with her heart. Her heart hasn't had much of a look in her life. It did with her parents, but then she lost the plot with this guy. And somehow I want you to wake her up to the truth of herself. It wasn't her words, it wasn't her desires, it wasn't her emotions. There is something deeper within her. There is a soul fragment which hasn't had much of a look in. And she is going to die in confusion. Somehow, with your present capacity for love, I want you to connect with her heart. She is going to die, but somehow I need you to open up her heart so that she does not die in confusion, but rather she dies peacefully, in acceptance, in recognition that her soul is there, present, at this very last moment, wakes up and recognizes and lets go of all the confusion, sees her world, her life as it truly was. The soul was asleep, but is now awake. And let her utter the words in her mind to him, I am sorry. Let her die.
She's walking with me.
Pardon me?
Coming with me. She's coming with me.
Okay.
I've got her hands, her
Good.
body's there.
All right.
Her soul's within me. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
My hands are soaking mine. Just
okay. You can let her go.
Me. I can feel it within me. Her body's gone. Her body's there.
Okay. Let the soul go, because the soul's there with you anyway. But I want you to come to the present. And now I want you to go inside you. And I want to go to the child within you, that young part of you. That part of you that has also experienced this thwarting, this intense need to be somebody. It's been there with you since quite young. And
with your heart, I want you to see that as part of your personality trait.
Yeah.
And I want you to laugh. Just laugh.
Yeah.
Just see that in yourself and laugh. Yes, this is me. And and you're okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine to be that. It really is totally fine.
Yeah.
It's just a small part which I've inherited from my past. It's been dogging me through lifetimes.
Yes.
Okay. It's been dogging me through lifetimes. And now you can see it in perspective. See it for what it is.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective. It's fine to have that little program on the side. That is not really relevant. It's not who I am. I am so much more than that. See that in yourself.
I can feel it.
So feel that
It's everywhere.
younger you. Yeah.
Yeah, my whole body's changed, like gone. It's like moved on.
Great.
My hands are all sweaty. That's gone. So, yeah,
Lovely.
I feel it.
Are you up to 53.7? Are you gone any higher? No, you've gone up to 53.7. Is there anything else at all we need to do in this session now? That's it. You've done it.
It feels good.
Weird, but okay.
It's weird because my hands were, I never have sweaty palms, but my hands were soaking wet. So, I think it's
So that was fascinating. That was fascinating.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that little kernel stuck nearly 1800 years back.
Yeah.
And it was still creating ripples in your lifetime, this lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's
Crazy.
where it comes from. That's where it comes
crazy.
from.
Brilliant.
Lovely. All right.